Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a very exciting video. I have got my Moterm unboxing, review, first impressions, the whole shebang we've got today. And as you can see from the title, I have got in my hands today a Moterm A5 Luxe Litchi in the A5 ring size, and this is in the colour Taupe. So let's just get straight into it. I do want to preface before we start this video, I, unlike the other video I did where I reviewed the A5 Croc, which I will have linked above, I did a bit of research this time, and I am very lucky to have friends in the planning community who are very clued up on Moterm. So I've done a bit of research, run certain things by them. So I've got a lot more facts in this video as opposed to it just being like a first impressions with no kind of actual real information. So I have, and I can prove it, got a little cheat sheet where I've just gone in and written down key features, key kind of things that you would need to know if you were buying a Moterm for the first time, or you just wanted this particular planner and you wanted to know the sort of features and the benefits of it. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So I'm not actually sure which planners come with boxes and which don't. I believe my A5 Croc didn't. That was the old style, the one with a stiffener. This one does not have a stiffener. But it did come with the box, and it's got this really nice like gold Moterm foiling on the top. The box is a little bit battered, and that's not how it came. I think I might have dropped it. So yes, it's not a lot nicer when you get it, but it's got like the gold Moterm foiling, which is lovely. And then you do get, when you open it up, the standard Moterm like, what is this called, like a velvet pouch, which I believe you get these with all Moterms, and they are really nice. Like, the quality of this is lovely. And what's really nice about this is if you have a handbag that you're carrying your Moterm in, this is perfect to pop it in. I've definitely found that I've wanted to carry my planner around, but the one thing that stops me from doing it is not having a pouch. So something like this is great. In the box as well, you do get the Flyleaf. So I'm just going to pop this all to the side so we can get into the real meat of the review. I will put this to the side, we'll do that after as well, but I'll just show you. So yeah, it does come with this drawstring pouch, which is obviously sized to fit the A5. Like I said, really good quality. You've got this kind of like embossed Moterm on the bottom, and I just think these are really great. It's lined inside with just like a, I guess, a protective material. It's got like the velvety feeling material on the outside. I don't know what material it is, but it feels nice. Like I said, this is the A5 Luxe Litchi in the taupe color, and it's the A5 size with the rings. You can get it as a cover as well, and I will confirm this time that this is top grain leather. And that is quoted by one of my lovely friends, Jade, who is on the admin team for the Moterm planner group. So you heard it from the source. I know last time I did say that I thought it wasn't real leather, and that is solely because the price was so good, but yes, it is. So you are getting an amazing deal. So let's just go into the, I guess, logistics of how much this planner costs and where you can get it from. Currently, you can buy Moterm in two places. The first being on AliExpress, which is, in my opinion, the most popular place to get it. All of the Moterms that I've purchased, I've got from AliExpress. It's kind of just fuss-free. You've got all your taxes there. You pay it on the site. Delivery is free. Well, the standard delivery is free. And I will just say, I know that some people are confused as to which delivery they should go for, delivery option they should go for. The free delivery is the one I've always gone for, and I always get it within like 2 weeks. I think even when the pandemic was the worst, I've got my planner within 2 weeks. So this is my third Moterm planner as well, might add. I'm just one of those people that I will never pay for expedited shipping. I just think it's a waste of money. I know that if you're really impatient and you want it, then go for it if you have the means to pay for it, but I'm stingy, so that will not be me. Yeah, so the price of this in the UK as it currently stands is £56.70, and the taxes that are included, well, in addition to that, are £11.34. So you're paying just under £70 for this planner, and again, it's that top grain leather. Very durable and just lovely. In terms of US pricing, I can only really tell you how much it costs base price, which is $74.99. Obviously, depending on where you are in the US, I believe taxes are different. I'm not very well versed in that, but you can just check by adding the items to your basket and it will show you. And I believe it's also free shipping in the US as well. And then if you do want the upgrades, you pay a bit more. But I found that the guys in the US receive theirs pretty quickly. It just depends. It really does depend. I know that there's some people in the UK, for example, that have waited a few months for their planners. myself and a few other people I personally know have waited like a week and a half to 2 weeks. So it's pretty quick, and I found even the basic one is trackable. So that's all the pricing out of the way. Let's actually go into the planner. So you do get a snapped closure, and this comes with the 2 little popper holes for you to be able to grow into the planner. So you can have it tighter or you can have it slightly looser, which is nice because you really can stuff this planner without feeling like you're not going to be able to close it. When you open it up, you will get a free pack of refill paper. Now this is a pack of 48, and as standard it does come punched. It's got like the little weather marks at the top. I'll zoom in for you. It's got the days of the week, and it just says memo number, and then you can put in the date. Now these are actually really, really useful for taking scrap notes, and I love the fact that I've received them. You do get them just with the ring planner, because obviously the ones without the rings, you wouldn't need to have refill paper because there's nothing to put the refill paper in. So yeah, you can, I believe, get different types of refill paper, but you'll just need to ask them. As standard, you do get lined paper, which is the best for me. And as I said, I did my little notes on here, and I'm currently trying to figure out whether or not, or trying to figure out which journal I'm going to go for the year. And I have been using this Moterm fill paper to just journal my thoughts every day that I can then transfer into the journal when I do get it. So things like that is super useful. It's kind of like a creamy off-white colour as well. But yeah, really good paper and a nice little addition to having the planner. If you were waiting for inserts, you've at least got some paper to get you started. So yeah, as I said, that comes with the planners, the ringed planners are standard in the size that you order. But you can just message them and ask them if you'd like dot grid, squares, plain, whatever. The rings. Now, as you can see, these rings are pretty good quality. From what I can see here, there's no gaps. They're pretty sturdy. All of the Moterm hardware is silver, which I personally love. I think silver goes with everything, in my opinion. I know there are some people that like different colors. The good thing is you can replace these rings. They've got these like grommets that you just kind of can take out, and then you can replace them. Moterm do sell rings as well. As standard, you will get 30mm rings, but I think they also sell 90mm and 25mm, and you can get them different colors as well. I will say in the range there are a lot of different colors that you can get that will pretty much tickle anyone's fancy. You have got the taupe, which is obviously this one, white, black, pink, lilac, mint, and grey. And I think in the past they've had different colour variations, but at the moment they are kind of the core standard colours that you'll get in this range. And then again, you can get these without the rings in them, so they're just notebook covers, which are nice as well. If you do have like journals or notebooks that you want to pop in. I'm not sure if I'm going to be getting a cover for my notebook. I need to measure sizes, but yeah, that could be a possibility because they're just really nice and they are super, super durable. Now, something that I did mention before is that this particular planner is the floppy version. Now, I have got, let me show you, my A5 croc planner here, which actually does come with a stiffener. So there was this whole debate, I believe. Now, I joined the whole Moterm hype pretty late, so I wasn't around for the discussion between stiffener and floppy. But essentially, this planner is the stiffener version, and it's a lot more kind of, let me just show you, it's really hard to show, but it's a lot more kind of structured, whereas the floppy, as you can see, is literally, as the name suggests, it's very floppy. You haven't got the like piece of cardboard inside, which is the stiffener to make it stiffer. And Moterm did do like a poll to see what customers would prefer, whether or not they would prefer the planner to have that stiffener. And I think it was pretty much leaning towards Moterm creating the planners going forward without the stiffener, which is why they've now changed it. There are always going to be people that want it with the stiffener. There are always going to be people that want different hardware. There's always going to be people that want different things, but you know, the company has to do whatever is financially viable and what the majority wants. They decided to do it without the stiffener. I don't really feel like I'm fussed. I think I don't mind. I typically like leaving my planners open just because, as you can see, as you close the planner more, you will start to get some dents in your rings. Now, I will say the camera is making these dents look a lot worse. I promise in like person, they're not as harsh, but because of the way that the light's coming down, they are looking a lot harsher. Typically, I just like to keep my planner open. I'll keep it on like my, the side of my desk. And then I actually, slit the holes of my insert, so that day's insert will just be sat on my desk, and then I don't have to keep going to the planner to open it. Another thing that I will say that I did talk about in one of my other previous Moterm videos is that I do, like I said, split the holes, and that's just literally by snipping through, and that is so that I can get them in and out of the holes a lot quicker, and then I don't have to keep opening the rings, which obviously is one way that the rings do get weaker. So if you can avoid opening the rings a lot, try to just cut little holes. I will say I don't cut the rings for any dashboards or like thick dividers. I just do it for the inserts that I use regularly, because I'm not moving around the dividers as often. So yeah, that's just like my little tip for you guys. Okay, so going into the features, we'll start with the left side, which is the side that you would have laying down first. And you have got 6 card slots. You have got one like kind of smaller pocket, which I like to stuff stickers in here, and you can like have them just peeking out. You have got one side pocket here, which goes all the way to this corner. You've got a zipped pocket as well, and that's again silver hardware, and that again goes right down to the end of this pocket. So you've got a lot of room here to put things. I think on the website, on the Moterm website, I've seen people put money in here. This is great if you want to use it as a wallet. I mean, it's quite big for me personally as a wallet, being A5 size, but you know what, whatever floats your boat. And what's good about this pocket as well is it is expandable on the sides. I'll just show you. You can kind of see, so you've got a bit of give there. Not that you would stuff it too much. I personally wouldn't recommend stuffing it too much. You have that on one side, you don't have it on the other. And then you do have this larger secretarial pocket, which is lined with this really gorgeous like chocolate lining. I personally love this color. I know some people are sort of indifferent about it. And then you have like the taupe just lining the whole part. So anything that you do see will have that lovely leather. And then the inside is lined with that gorgeous chocolate brown lining. So that's the left side. Moving on to the right side. Now, as you can see, just a common theme with the Moterms in general is they have a lot of space. And what's good about that is, like I said, you can use it for whatever you like, whether it's like an everyday carry, whether it's like your life in here. You can have your wallet, you can have your cards, you can have your planning stuff. Like, it's a catch-all. You can have it as like a budget planner. And that's what I like. There's a lot of flexibility. So on this side, you have the pen loop. This is another thing that some people are kind of indifferent about. Some people love it, some people hate it. I am one of those indifferent people. I couldn't really care less about it. Some very brave people have actually cut this out and it looks absolutely fine. So if that's what you want to do, you can do that. I will say it's quite stiff. It's not the smallest pen loop I've ever seen. Now, if you guys have ever seen like a Louis Vuitton planner, their pen loops are tiny. So this is nice because it's a bit bigger. It's not one of those that has like the stretchy bit, like it's not expandable, but you do get that on the Flyleaf. So that's absolutely fine. But yeah, some people have cut that out just because they don't like the way it kind of sits with the inserts, but you can leave it, you can cut it, whatever tickles your fancy. So on the bottom here, you do have the little Moterm tab, which I'm guessing is like a new thing that they're doing, or on the newer planners, because I've seen pictures of people's planners that haven't got this bit, so I don't know, maybe it's a new thing. You have like a similar layout. You do have that little pocket here. You have the 6 card slots, but then this time, instead of having a zipped pocket, you have 1, 2 of those pockets that go all the way in. And again, these are lined with that chocolate brown. And then you have like a larger secretarial pocket here, the same as the other side as well. So lots and lots and lots of storage. And just when you thought that that was enough storage, you have a huge bit at the back here, which I had a look on their website and they have confirmed that this can actually fit A4 paper. So obviously this is an A5, which I believe A5 is just half of an A4. So obviously when you've got it laid out, it is technically like an A4 size of paper, which I think A4 in the US is letter size, or your letter size is slightly different to our A4, but it's roughly the same size, which is like a standard sheet of like printer copy paper. So yeah, that's awesome. If you did have important documents that you wanted to put into that back, but you can. And I did have a lady in my last video say that she had like important documents that she wanted and they didn't get bent. I mean, if it is laid out like this all the time, it's going to be fine. And even if it is bent, it's only going to be a slight crease as opposed to like being actually bent over. So yeah, that is kind of like just the overview of the planner. Now, having a little look at some more of my notes, the stitching I will say is extremely neat throughout. It's probably quite hard to see. I'm going to try and bring you guys in a little bit, but yeah, it's all very, very neat and in my opinion is quite seamless. As again, this is the floppy version, which you can only get as standard. I will say, if you are interested in the stiffener version, do check Facebook pages. There's Moterm specific buy sell trade groups, and there's a lot of people that have the stiffener versions that would be willing to part with them. So definitely put out an in search of post if that's what you are looking for, that's what you want. But I will say, give the floppy a try. I think it's definitely nice. It's a lot less structured, so I think you can fit in a lot more without it looking too full. Now, moving on to the Flyleaf, which is just like an extra piece of that sort of Litchi leather that they give you. And I like this. You can either use it as the back so that your pages are kind of pushed to the front, or you can use it as the front as kind of like a closing to your planner. I would say if you are going to have it at the back, I would probably have it like this so that the pen loop is at the bottom. Because if you do have it at the top, there's a possibility that they can overlap, and I don't know how that will look. So it's up to you. You can have it wherever you want. The good thing about this one though is the pen loop does expand a little bit more, so you have got a bit more space because you've got that stretchy material there. Again, it does have one side with the 6 card slots, and I'm holding it the wrong way around. It has the 6 card slots for you to use, and then you do have one blank side as well. I'm not really a big fan of Flyleafs, I must admit, but I do like how they look in certain people's planners. They're just not something that I use. I know that people do buy these though, so I don't know if they sell them individually. But pretty much with most Moterm items, they are a hot commodity, and if there is a piece that you don't love anymore and you want to sell it, you can pretty much sell it on and make back close to what you bought it for, or even make a little bit of a profit depending on how much you purchased it for. So yeah, that's a good thing about the Moterm line. And yeah, you will always get the Flyleaf that matches the planner exactly. Now, that was kind of like all the facts around the Moterm planner and all of the things that you would get if you were to purchase this planner. Now, in the name of being completely transparent and honest, I wanted to show you guys just a few things that I wasn't too happy with in this planner. Now, having again spoken to one of the admins of the Moterm group just for some advice on what I should do, I have actually reached out to Moterm. They are currently on Chinese New Year. They're on holiday for Chinese New Year. So they will be out, I think, until like next week, I believe, like the end of next week. It's kind of mid-February. They'll be out celebrating Chinese New Year. So they have actually got a notice on their shop just to say that they're not going to be filling any orders or responding to messages between that, throughout that time, which is completely understandable. I like the fact that they've given us that communication instead of just not replying, because that's always frustrating when a shop doesn't get back to you and there's kind of no explanation as to why. So when I received the planner, and this is going to be very, very hard to show you just because it is quite a small thing, but okay, so I don't know if you can see it very well there, but my leather is actually cracked. Now, if I was to push that piece there, you'd be able to see like a dark color, which I really don't want to do. There's a little piece there, there's one there, and I think there's one at the bottom as well. I will try and insert a better picture, or even just pop like a video of me showing you guys properly. What Moterm do offer, which I think is really nice, and it's a nice way for you to try a planner without maybe spending the full price on it. Again, as I said, the planners are not super expensive, but they're also not like a £10 or a $20 planner. So I wouldn't necessarily say luxury, I would say premium. Now, having been someone who owns luxury planners, in my mind, I would class like a Louis Vuitton or a Mulberry, those kind of brands as a luxury, and I'd probably describe Moterm as a premium. And then you've got things like Recollections and even Happy Planner that I would just class as like standard or affordable. But even then, some of the Happy Planner planners do get expensive if you add all the bits to them. So yeah, considering the price, I think it is awesome. But what they do offer is a range of imperfect planners. Now, having a look at their imperfect listing, they do class the cracks in leather, just how I have, as an imperfect design. Now, this could have just been a planner that slipped through the cracks, and that is absolutely fine. Is it really going to affect my life? No, because the good thing is it's actually on the bottom. So when it's laid down like that, even from the side, you can't see it. You would have to lift it up, turn it around, and then look at it. And even then, like I said in the camera, it's really not showing up that much, but it's definitely something in person that you can notice if you're looking for it. Now, with that in mind, I believe that I have just received an imperfect planner that just, I guess, fell through the cracks, and that is absolutely fine. I'm just going to voice over this part of the video just because the audio went funny, but I did actually message Moterm via AliExpress, and they got back to me actually really quickly considering they're meant to be on holiday. and they just offered me a $5 coupon off of my next purchase, or that I could just refund it or return it rather. So what I think I'm going to do, because I actually found within like a day or two of me receiving this planner, I found my preferred choice of planner, which was the A5 Cream Croc, which I'd wanted for so long and it was just out of stock. Someone was actually destashing a brand new one that they'd never used on the Facebook page, so I did snag that one, but I kind of operate with a one in, one out policy when it comes to planners, because honestly I just have too many otherwise. So I'm thinking that I'll probably just sell this on one of the destash pages, and then just use the $5 coupon that they gave me just for next time that I order something from Moterm, which I'm hoping will be a while because I've definitely bought way more than I need to. But yeah, so that's kind of that. It's not a massive issue, it's just a very small thing, but like I say, I always think we should reach out to the shop owners if there's anything we're not happy with, and they're always really happy to rectify it. So yeah, I just wanted to preface that this is not a normal thing. I've had 2 other planners from Moterm and they have both been perfect. I rarely hear of anyone receiving any planners with issues, and even those who have bought imperfect planners, I don't even think they can tell that it's an imperfect planner. Like, they're such small imperfections that the only way you would know that they're an imperfection is if it actually came to you and they said, right, this is the imperfection. So that's one really good thing. And I will urge you, if you do want a planner but you don't necessarily have the budget, or you want to try it out, definitely go for one of the imperfect listings. And they don't always have the imperfect planners in stock, because obviously it just depends on whether or not a planner they deem is imperfect, and then they'll update their stock levels based on that. But I know that having a look on the website last night, the imperfect for the taupe is currently out of stock. So guys, that was my kind of like first impressions review, based on a bit more facts this time, on the A5 Luxe Litchi Moterm planner with rings. Again, I'm so excited to get her set up. I think it's such a gorgeous color. It's really weird because I will say with the taupe color, it looks different in different lights. Like, I've seen people post about their taupes and it has literally looked pink. I've seen people post and it looks brown. From what I'm seeing right in front of me, it's definitely like a warm, I don't even know, like a warm sort of beige, almost like a brownie beige. But the leather is just ridiculously soft. It feels so nice. It feels luxe, as the product line suggests. And if we're being completely honest, I'm kind of ready for another another one. I was looking at the A5 Cream Croc that so many people have, and I'm just kind of obsessed with. That's currently not in stock, but I think when it does come in stock, I might treat myself, because I want to set up like a social media / side hustle planner. I will be using this as my like everyday carry. I'm replacing my A5 pink croc, which I will be selling on. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know, do you have this specific planner, or do you have another Moterm planner? What are your favorite things about it? I'd love to know down below. There is also a Moterm like fan group on Facebook, which I absolutely love but also hate, because I see everyone's setups and I'm like, okay, I want this planner, I want this planner, and then by the end of it I have like a wish list which is just the length of my arm, and I know that I'll never use the planners. So I will enable you also by popping that link in the down bar. And if you do have any other questions, feel free to pop them down below as well. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.